Hello and welcome to another needless unboxing. The dog is going to keep barking. There's a tractor going on in the background. I just filmed another video before and he barked through that one too. I could go inside. I don't want to go inside because the weather is good. The weather is not going to stay being good forever, I'm sure. It's Christmas, can't you tell? I'm outside in my t-shirt. Christmas in New Zealand. Anyway, I've got an order from the Woven. I love the Woven. I love their yarn. Did I need to buy this yarn? No, I did not. Did I want to buy the big circular blanket pattern? Yes I do. It's $650. Rocky! Get yourself a beagle, they said. It'll be fun, they said. Okay, he is a really good boy. But he doesn't know quite what to do with the fact that there's a tractor going around and around the top paddock. Enjoy the pleasant sounds of farm life. So, what have I got? I've got a couple of balls of Sumptuous and Pacific Blue. Now this yarn I've raved about before. This is a Polworth yarn, but it's been steamed. And it's smooshy and it adjusts for different needle sizes. It's really beautiful. I've got 2 balls of pineapple. I've got 3 balls of, what's this one? Limeade. Now I got 3 balls of limeade because there was a bit of an issue with the manufacturer, I believe, with this one, in that these here, the limeade ones, are 50-gram balls, whereas normally Michelle has 75-gram balls, so there's less in those. So 3 of those and 2 in sorbet, sherbet, sorbet, 1 of those 2. What am I going to do with them? Well, I keep seeing the most beautiful cardigan appear on one of those sites, Shein, Cider, one of those cheap drop shipping sites that I don't really want to buy clothes from for several reasons, one of which being the quality's crap. Mostly I just don't want to contribute to that kind of nonsense. It's bad enough when I do a Temu haul, but at least I've managed to make use of everything there. Rocky, you're being a very naughty boy. He's being a very naughty boy. So I want to make a cardigan that's got the blocks of colour. I don't know if I've ordered enough yarn for that, but I've ordered enough yarn to get started on that, if nothing else. I think from the Stevie jumper, it's been 2 balls for the front, 2 balls for the back, and it'll be 2 balls for each of the sleeves. So I think I've got enough in there, and I just have to work out how I want to colour block it. But that was bonus yarn. I wasn't intending to buy that. It just happened, as always is the case when yarn shopping. This is what I did pre-order. Now, am I going to have time to knit these in the next 15 days? I don't know. We shall see. This is the Woven. Michelle is amazing. She really, really is. So, I ordered all 3. First of all, Santa's head as a Christmas ornament. Comes with everything you need. That does also, I believe, include Santa's glasses. Yep. Then there's the one that creeps me out just a little bit. The elf. But he's got jingles. So I'm enjoying that. And then the one that stole my heart. It's a bear head with all the bits and pieces. So there are 3 Christmas decorations. I didn't know how they were going to come. I am pleased with the fact that they're wrapped up separately. I'm not sure what order to knit them in. I don't know if I've got time to knit them, but they were too adorable. They came out as a pre-order for this Christmas. I ordered them straight away and they arrived the other day. So we'll see when I get my everything I knit in December video whether or not I got any or all of them done, because I'm now finished work for the year, which means I can catch up on gardening. I am going to plant some peanuts shortly. I need to update my garden channel. I think I posted like one video, so it really has not been great. Yeah, so that's what I ordered from The Woven. Love it. Love their yarn. Love their work. Thank you, Michelle. You're amazing. One thing that I don't know if I've addressed is the fact that I changed my hair. When I say I changed my hairdresser changed my hair. I'm known for just ignoring my hair completely until I'm in a part. I've shaved it all off, I've dyed it all black, I've had dreadlocks, I've been and down the entire gambit of hair. I was blonde for a really long time because I had to go blonde to be in a Shakespearean play, and then after that I went grey to play Lady Bracknell in The Importance of Being Earnest, and then I didn't know what to do with my hair, so I kept it being rainbowy and blonde and bleaching the crap out of it and basically destroying my hair in the process. And then over the last year or so I've just been growing it out. The gross bits all been chopped off the end, and we're now mildly ginger. Rocky! Does anyone want my dog? Okay, I want my dog, he's amazing, but he does want to bark at the tractor. I could have waited to film this later, but I was afraid that the wind was going to increase and then it's just going to be more and more annoying. Anyway, I will now go and get some work done and do some things. It's been lovely to see you all, and that was my unnecessary yarn haul. That should be my last yarn haul of the year. I don't know when I'm going to post this video. It could easily appear in February or March, so I hope you all had a great Christmas or something. Anyway, I will go and get on with things and sort the dog out, maybe take him for a walk, maybe take him up and show him the tractors, because he does know the man who's driving the tractor and he might get a nice pat. And then I'll probably put the chickens back in the chicken coop because we've got a couple of chickens who like breaking out. Good times. In the meantime, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and I will see you later. As always, if you want to leave a comment, I love responding to your comments. If you want to subscribe, that's really cool as well, because ultimately this would be great if I could knit for a living. I do have all this farmland, and the plan is definitely have a house sheep. Have a house sheep. Spin my own yarn. I do have a spinning wheel. I have taken a spinning class. I'm not very good at it. And I have got a dye garden planted so that I can do that. But who has the time to master all these things when they work full time? Anyway, that's enough from me. Take care. Have a fantastic Christmas, everybody. And I will see you when I see you next. Bye. Right, so I know I've already introduced these because I did an unboxing, but I don't know if I've done the unboxing and posted it, so it's a bit complicated. This is a set from The Woven, and there are 3 incredibly cute Christmas ornaments, and they're all heads. One's Santa, one's an elf. The elf scares me a little bit. It's a little bit uncanny valley. But this is the bear, and I think he's very, very cute. This kit comes with everything except your needles, but when you buy from The Woven, you can add needles to your set. If you've already got the needles, why add them? But you can add needles to the set. And Michelle's really great if you ever have to email her. Now, this is a long pattern. And I don't think it's a long pattern because it's difficult. I think it's a long pattern because it's detailed. Like, it's just detailed in what they've put in here. It's 6 pages for one Christmas ornament. 6 pages. So I'm not just going to really reveal all of it. But it does say, as about step 1, read all the instructions first. We all know I am not going to read all the instructions first. Okay, when I say this is including everything you need, it does not include the stuffing. I can't remember whether or not it said that on the website because I bought it as a pre-order. Okay, so we have got okay, so it's just an instruction about what kind of stuffing. We've got this whitey colour, which is the part of the hat. This colour here, which is the head. And this reddy colour, which is also the hat. Additionally, in this little baggie here, what we've got a small piece of, I think it's going to be freezer paper. We've got some green felt and red beads for the holly on his hat. We've got embroidery thread. We've got red yarn. Well, we've got embroidery thread, tapestry yarn in green, the dangly tie in black. We don't have a needle. That's fine. We don't have the stuffing. That's fine. These are sew-on eyes rather than safety eyes, which is cool because it's a Christmas ornament. And I'm going to attempt to knit this up. I don't think I'm going to finish them today, but we'll see. I'm supposed to be working on my Hobie yarn advent, but the knitting needles have suffered there, so I figured I'll start on this for a while, and I'll do that and review this pattern. There are 3 ornaments that you can buy as either a set or individually from Michelle at The Woven, and her yarn's lovely, she's lovely, so I thought I'd give it a go. All right, here we go. Bear Christmas tree, holly berry, bear Christmas tree ornament. I can't words, I'm tired. We had a long road trip and a long family holiday. All right, here we go.
A lot more than the yarns I used when I did amigurumi. This could be like a hat. We'll compare them afterwards. I guess the cool thing about this is that technically you get the patterns once you buy this, so you can make as many as you want afterwards. Obviously you don't have yarn, but it's endless amount of beads you can make. You can have a full bee army in here. Just everywhere you look, there's like a tiny bee just everywhere. So we're just going to take a quick break because today's video is sponsored by Skillshare. If you guys have not heard of Skillshare before, they are the largest online learning community for creatives. The range of topics they have on there is endless, from graphic design to drawing to any form of art, even crocheting. With all their classes on demand, you can start and stop and take each class at your own pace. Skillshare classes are taught by industry pros, so they've definitely done this a few times, and there's also an amazing community there to kind of cheer you along. So Skillshare, they have these learning paths, and in these learning paths, they have multiple classes you...
Right, other than the fact that I now need to move because this is too much sun and it's only 9:23 in the morning. I should probably also make some breakfast. So this is where I'm up to so far. I have done 5 rows. Now, Michelle's yarn, it's a steamed Polworth as far as I can understand, and it poofs, like it's quite magical. I've used it for so many things. I've knitted it up really quickly on I think it was 5.5 or 6 millimeter needles when I made the cardigan. 4 millimeter needles for the Stevie jersey, which I've not finished yet. These are on 3 millimeter needles. So this is a tight knitting. The stitches are close together, but it's actually not hard to knit, whereas normally if I was going to take a yarn that's designed for a 5 to 6 millimeter needle, that's going to be way impossible to use on a small needle as well. So yes, Michelle's yarn is pricey, but it's magical. It's soft, it's magical, it's sustainable. Everything about it is so good. Anyway, I'm getting out of this because New Zealand summer is a joke. 9:30 in the morning and I'm probably already sunburning. I'm up to here 5 rows in, and that's about yay much of the pattern on page 2. But there are a lot of pictures. Now, not giving away any of the pattern because this is upside down. There are a lot of pictures to go along with everything, which is nice. It's well laid out. It's well thought through. So far, I'm impressed. But of course, I'm impressed. Everything that Michelle does is amazing. This design is not from Michelle. It's Cameron James Designs, so it's a pattern designer who Michelle's working with to release this pattern on her yarn and through her website exclusively. So so far looking really good, just focusing on my face there. Have used up quite a bit of my tiny ball of yarn, so this should not be... I had worried that these were going to be too big when I looked at the picture, but I don't think it's going to be too big, to be honest. I think I might be done with the head relatively soon. I think I might be. It does get up to a few more stitches than this in the next row, but and then increases 2 more times. But this isn't going to take too long to do his head, if nothing else. I'm trying to remember to do all the make stitches where you pick up the bridge. I usually prefer to knit front and back, but I'm trying to follow the instructions because that's what people do when they're following a pattern. Right, I'm going to go and move what I'm watering and get out of the sun because this is ridiculous. Right, hello and welcome back. I filmed an unboxing of a package from The Woven, and in the package from The Woven there were 3 patterns for Christmas ornaments, and one was a Santa, one was an elf who scares me just a little, and one was Holly Beary, who was a bear wearing a hat. Oh, I do apologise for the wind. Literally, it has been the most still morning and now there is wind. And I don't want to go inside because it's summer here in New Zealand. And for the first day in over a week, I would say, the temperature has now dropped to a point where I'm happy to sit outside and do some gardening and all that sort of thing without feeling like I'm going to burn myself to a crisp. You do not want to see how burnt I am across my back, that is so sure. But anyway, here's my review of the Holly Beary knitting pattern from The Woven. Look at him. So this is Holly Beary. The pattern, yeah, let me adjust the camera. Now the pattern comes for basically his head. I have done it upside down, but I did it upside down because I preferred the top to the bottom, if that makes sense, as the bit that was going to be exposed. Everything was included except the sewing needle and the knitting needles. So it was a full, complete pattern. There's a couple of things that I would change, and that I think you could just knit this in the round, and then you wouldn't have the seam. But to be fair, no one's going to see the seam. The eyes look fine from the front, except I could stick them in properly because they're just those round buttons. I think they could be just black safety eyes quite easily, and that would be preferable. Making the holly was kind of enjoyable, but there he is. He's a very cute boy. He hangs quite nicely, and yeah, I think he's adorable. There's a lot of knitting that went into it, a lot more than I thought, because it didn't take me long to do the head and the nose, but then the hat took quite a while. There's one fault in the pattern in that there's one line that's repeated that doesn't need to be repeated. Hair's not long enough for a ponytail. Oh, the struggles when you chop your hair off for a part. Other than that, I can't really fault it too much. I think it could be done in the round, or the instructions to be in the round could be given, particularly for the hat, but for everything else, you can't see the seams. I did make a bit of a boo-boo when sticking his ears on, in that I didn't line it up completely properly. I should have used pins. I didn't. I put the hat on, I sewed the ears on through the hat. It was a thing. I do think that the holes in the hat for the ears to pop through are probably unnecessary. It would have saved a lot of darning in and ends if it was just one hat and then you sewed the ears to the hat, because it's not like anyone's going to remove the hat. It's not a Christmas ornament. So if I was going to knit that again, that's probably what I would do, is skip the section for leaving the holes for the ears. The other thing is, yeah, no, that's it. Yeah, he's very cute. I did not put blush on his face, mostly because I pulled the hat further over his head. Like, I think the pattern has the hat further up, but I pulled it down to cover the eye stalks, for lack of a better description, and I still think he looks cute. So, this is what I'll say about Michelle's patterns at the Woven. This one's not hers. This is her yarn, her shop, but someone else has written the pattern. But what you do get with a kit from Michelle, because she is a yarn company rather than selling patterns individually, is a lot of yarn. Like, this is the leftover. These were small balls to begin with, and I'm reasonably certain I know I could make another hat. I don't think there's enough of this colour here to make another full head, but do I want to play that game of yarn chicken? No, I'm not playing that game of yarn chicken, because I do have an idea of what I'm going to do with these. These in particular, my sister-in-law has just got a cat, went to the pet shop trying to get a hat for her cat for a Christmas photo. I think I can knit this into a hat for a cat. But this is what's left over. Also, in the packet of bits and pieces, other than the eyes and the berries and the bits of felt, there's all this excess bits. Like, there's plenty of spares. There's a lot of generosity in Michelle's patterns. So I've got a lot of respect for her in that respect. I've got a lot of respect for her in general. She does great patterns, fantastic yarn. Yes, they are on the pricey side, but what you see is what you get. It is a high quality product, and you're not having to skimp on what's sent. She also has the option, when you're choosing to buy a pattern, of pushing the button for with or without needles. Rocky! My dog's trying to dig a hole. Rocky! I've just weeded that. Yes, you should look ashamed. Honestly. Yeah. What was I saying? Michelle, she's a legend. So this is Holly Beary, and I would totally 100% recommend. I did change the nose shape a little bit. It's meant to be round, but I made it triangular because I wasn't paying attention to the pattern by that point. I was just going with it and having a good time. So, is it too late to start Christmas decorations for 2024? No. No, if anything, it's probably about the right time to start knitting them, because there's never enough time. Yes, so this is Holly Beary, and I 100% totally recommend these patterns from the Woven. I'm thinking I'm not going to do the elf and the Santa yet. I'll hang on to them for next year. We might do them in December, we might do them in November, we might do them in Easter, who knows. But Holly Beary from the Woven, totally recommend.